What's up guys, my name is Jack, you're watching JBTCG, and I think that Destin Rivals pre-orders on the Pokemon Center website will come within the next week. Destin Rivals is the most hyped and anticipated Pokemon set currently, and we're seeing Journey Together booster boxes sell for around $200 before their release date, and the cards and leaks for Destin Rivals blow Journey Together out of the water. We could see booster boxes out of the gate for this set go for around $250 to $300 on the secondary market, and we could see ETBs going for around $100. And the most exclusive item for this set, which is the Pokemon Center ETB, we could also see going for around $300. So why do I think pre-orders for this set will come this week specifically? Well, let's look back at some recent set releases to explain why. Prismatic Evolution pre-orders for the Pokemon Center ETB, which was the first product that they ever released pre-orders for this set, was on November 1st. Now, Surging Sparks, which was the set that released before Prismatic Evolutions, came on November 8th. So 1 week before Surging Sparks' actual release day, pre-orders for Prismatic Evolution's Pokemon Center ETBs were dropped. Now, in the subsequent days, November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I think they released the booster bundles as well as a couple other products. But the important thing is that first pre-order day was a week before Surging Sparks' release day. Now let's fast forward to January 9th, which was when Journey Together pre-orders first dropped. Now why does this matter? Well, because pretty much a week later was Prismatic Evolution's release day, which was January 17th. So we're starting to see a trend here. The pre-orders for the next set come a week before the release day for the current set. So when is Journey Together's release date? Well, it's March 28th. So based off of all the information we have, that means the estimated pre-order date for Destin Rivals would be March 20th to 21st. Now, obviously it could fluctuate, I could be completely off, but there's a good chance on one of these 2 days, Destin Rival pre-orders for the Pokemon Center ETBs, booster boxes, and maybe the sleeve booster packs go live on the Pokemon Center website. Now, things can be different because of the hype and how things have changed on the Pokemon Center and how they've implemented a queue and all this stuff, but it's smart to be ready. Make sure you have an account on the Pokemon Center website and you have all your information loaded with your address, your billing address, and a credit card or debit card also loaded onto the website. PayPal will not work for pre-orders. They do not take PayPal as a valid payment method, so you have to have a credit card or debit card loaded onto your account. Now, why am I saying all this? Well, it's because seconds matter in the Pokemon hobby right now because there's so much hype and there's so many people that want to get their hands on these products. So to increase the odds of you getting this and to decrease the amount of time that you have to spend putting all this stuff on the Pokemon Center website, you should have it all preloaded to give yourself the best chance of getting these products at MSRP. Another thing to note is that we don't know what time of day that these pre-orders will go live. We're normally accustomed to the Pokemon Center restocking things or adding pre-orders for things between 9 and 11 a.m., but recently it's varied wildly. With Journey Together, it was on the earlier side, being around 8 a.m., and when they did a random restock, which I think was to check their queue to see if it was working properly, they did this with the Pokemon Center ETBs at 3 p.m. on, I think it was February 9th. And because we can't just be sitting at work or wherever refreshing the Pokemon Center website constantly to see if these products end up getting stocked, I recommend that you set up restock notifications of some sort, whether it's a Discord server or something else. I personally use and am affiliated with PokeNotify, which is the biggest Pokemon product restock notification server. And I've hit pretty much all major set releases, including Journey Together. I got booster boxes pre-ordered, I got Pokemon Center ETBs pre-ordered on that second go around in February, and I've also hit it big with Prismatic Evolutions, getting ETBs, Pokemon Center ETBs, posters, binder collections. I've gotten all this stuff because they notify me when this stuff gets restocked, and I'm able to go in and check out. If you use my code JBTCG25, you get 25% off your first month, and they also offer a 3-day free trial. So if you want to use this 3-day free trial around the prospective potential Destin Rivals pre-order release on the Pokemon Center, you can go ahead and do that. Or you could save it for the Journey Together release date, which is on March 28th. That way you can get all these restock notifications for free. I'll put a link down in the description and the pinned comment for anyone who wants to check it out. The next thing I want to note, especially since a lot of people are new in the Pokemon space and are new to this channel, is that the day that the Pokemon Center drops their pre-orders websites like Best Buy, Target, and Walmart soon follow. For some, this may be in the couple hours following the Pokemon Center, or it might be in the next couple of days. But the best thing to do is keep your eye out and have your information already logged on all of these websites as well. And notice I'm not saying GameStop because they stopped doing pre-orders for better or for worse, so they will not do any pre-orders for Destined Rivals. If you want products from GameStop, you'll have to go on release day to a store. The last thing I want to cover in this video is the value of the cards in Destined Rivals. Obviously, we only know half of the cards for the set, with it being a joint set between Heatwave Arena and the Glory of Team Rocket. But with just the knowledge of the cards in Heatwave Arena, I think this set is going to be incredibly expensive for the single cards. The Japanese version of Cynthia's Garchomp is right around $200 to $240 right now, and Ethan's Ho-Oh is sitting right around $150 in Japanese. The art rares in the set are also incredibly expensive, with Misty's Psyduck being I think like $30, and Ethan's Typhlosion being right around $20. Now, I do expect these prices to drop as more product gets onto the market and more people rip this set, but still, on release day, these prices are super high. But how do we translate Japanese prices over to English? Well, on the art rare side, looking at Ethan's Ho-Oh, Misty's Psyduck, Misty's Lapras, and all those other cards, Japanese art rares are usually around 1/4 of the cost as the English version. This is because in general, Japanese cards and the boxes themselves are cheaper, but the pull rates for art rares are also locked in and guaranteed. You're guaranteed to get 3 art rares per booster box. In English, there's no guarantees, and the Destined Rivals booster box is likely going to be 2 to 3 times more expensive than the Heatwave Arena booster box. So all that to say, English art rares are way more expensive than their Japanese counterparts, and if you want a good estimate of what the English cards will cost, you can multiply the art rare cost by 4 times on the Japanese side. And with that, we estimate Ethan's Typhlosion being around $80, and Misty's Psyduck, which is the most expensive art rare from the set, being valued around $100. Now for the special illustration rares, these will also likely be much more expensive in English than in Japanese, but not to the degree of the art rares. It'll likely be around 1.5 times more expensive to get the English versions compared to the Japanese ones. And I'm not just pulling this number out of my behind, I took this value from looking at other top chase cards in the Scarlet and Violet era, comparing the Japanese and English versions, so that's how I got the 1.5 times for special illustration rares and the 4 times multiplier for the art rares. But based on this, we're gonna have several cards valued over $100 and a couple cards valued at over $200 as well, and we haven't even seen the other half of this set. I anticipate the release for this set is gonna be an absolute mess because of the hype and because of the incredible cards inside this set. So I hope this video helps, and I hope that I can look back on it in a couple days and find out that I was right about the pre-order release day. But that's all I got for today, so as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay safe out there.